Top artist to watch in the state of Indiana, 2018. Been doing a lot of different things this year, and had a great year last year. Talk a little bit about your growth, from 2016 to 17 and beyond.
From 16 to 17, 16 I released my album called Jaffe, and 17 I released Jaffe 2. And just from Jaffe 1 to Jaffe 2, my whole sound matured. My content was basically the same, but just the overall sound, the beat selection was a little bit different. I was able to bring out all the soul I wanted to bring out. This was the album where I got to do what I really wanted to do, because on my last one I wanted to please everybody, but on this one I'm like, I'm gonna just please myself, because I ain't did that since 2012 when I dropped Sophisticated Street Music. So as far as growth, it wasn't much growth. It was just more maturation than anything else. Just trying to please myself, and then the beat selection and all that together. But like the moves were a lot more mature too. A lot of the moves in 2016, they seemed kind of premature and kind of like closed-minded, but I made a lot of more global moves in 2017.
And that's one of the things I want to talk about with you. You're one of the few artists, I call you Mr. 7 years in a row, because you ain't stopped 7 years, 10 years in a row.
Straight up.
But talk a little bit about that global versus local mentality, because I feel like you're one of the artists that really does see the big picture from a global standpoint and, aim your movement that way.
Well, when I first started, man, I wasn't thinking as global as I am now because I didn't know any better, but I always had a bigger mindset than the people around me. So even though I was still thinking local, I was thinking big local. Like that's where Skypp Saturdays even came from, just thinking big. But really what got me on the whole global scale of thinking was Uncle Jim's, my manager. I was kind of ignorant to a lot of things, living in Indianapolis, because we don't have a lot of intel and a lot of people to teach us a lot of things as far as global network. So when I met him and I got to traveling, I'm like, man, I'm only seeing a little picture. Even though I thought I was seeing a big picture, I wasn't seeing a big picture. So when it came to 2017, man, I was just thinking of all the things that I really want to do on a long-term basis, like win a Grammy Award. And, and I figured what better way to do it than put myself in that conversation. So I'm like, okay, what can I do to affiliate myself with the Grammy Awards, and what can I do to affiliate myself with whatever else I'm trying to do, So I got on some magazine covers, some things I've been wanting to do for a very long time, but I never actually went through with it, and just a bunch of other stuff I did, man. And as far as promotion and networking, I actually reached out to people. I worked on my networking game because I always been antisocial, but I'm trying to break out of that and really get it done. But it's just all the way of thinking and knowledge, having the right people around you to to teach you and motivate you to want to do bigger things. So even though I always felt like I thought bigger than people, now I'm actually like showing that rather than just thinking it for myself. People actually seeing my bigger picture. So
absolutely. So with you, talk a little bit about Jaffe 2, some of the visuals that you put out. Talk about your process and coming up with, because they were definitely different.
Right. Jaffe 2, man. Like I said, it was the album with the music that I wanted to put out for the longest. And I knew out the gate that I had to bring it on this one, because I got to raise the bar every time. And I raised the bar so significantly every album that it's hard to like think of new things. So on Jaffe 2, I said, I'm going to try to make a video to every song. And I'm not even halfway through with that. But you feel me? That's just my way of thinking. So I did videos to track 1, Beneficial. I did a typography video to Abbreviate. I did a video to 5 Senses. I did a video to Overrated. It's another video I did also from that album. But all the videos, they did pretty good on the Facebook platform, and they did fairly well on YouTube. And some of the songs charted on independent charts out of town: Atlanta, Gary, Indiana, Chicago, Los Angeles. So yeah, Jaffe 2 was a very successful album. It was my highest charting album on the iTunes music charts. Yeah, and I got some really good royalty checks from that album too. Yeah. Being completely honest, man, every check is a couple hundred or two, and I've received about five or six checks. So you feel me? It's a nice little something going on there. Yeah. Nice to get paid. In the world of streaming, man, that's some cool money. Yeah. In the world of streaming, back then, it probably wouldn't have been as much, but to make a nice little chunk of change from streaming says a lot.
Absolutely.
Definitely says a lot.
So talk about your vision. We talked a little bit about thinking globally and things of that nature. How have you begun to shape your vision for the long term? You talked about the long term. How have you begun to shape your vision for the long term, with your music and your brand as a whole?
It's hard to say, man, because it's always a hit or miss, and it's not really a formula for this. So you can always dream big and think big, but you got to always be realistic. And I hate the word realistic. If anybody hates the word realistic, it's me, because I feel like realistic is just making an excuse for something that is realistic. But you got to be realistic, man. My vision is huge, as we all know, but I try to think like, is this really going to happen? Because I say it's going to happen. You know what I mean? And I try to create the steps to get to to get to those certain goals, but it's not going to be promised. And I know it's not going to be promised. So it's hard for me to speak on my vision, because a vision is just that. It's a vision. You know what I mean? And even if you put your all into it, it's not promised. So as far as my vision, though, man, I really planned on being somewhere back in like 2014. So when I realized, that you got to be a little more ground level, I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't want to say I got unmotivated, but I just got a little more realistic, unfortunately. But I mean, my vision is still huge. I still feel like I can go as far as I want to go. I just don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't know what it's going to take. So I do everything possible as hard as I can, and just hope that one of those ideas become the big thing. So I just don't stop, man. My only motivation is knowing that something is going to pop off. I made a post. I was like, I'm the king of failure, but trust me, one of these times it's going to work. So no matter how many things I try, even if I fail at 100 different efforts, maybe the 101st effort will be the one. You feel me? So you can't stop, because you can't win if you stop. And that's what's keeping me going, man. Since 2006, I never stopped, because I feel like any opportunity may be that opportunity.
And it's funny that you say that too, because I mean, now you've gotten into the world of battle rapping.
Right.
You stuck your foot in battle rapping.
Right.
What was that like, in expanding your horizon?
I'm a very, very, very big fan of battle rap. I've been a very big fan of battle rap for years. I mean, back in high school, I was listening to Tay Rock and Reed Dollaz and Meek Mill and Murder Mook. But now, it's a whole new era of rap music, and the bars are way more intricate. And this is the kind of rap music I always wanted. Even back then, when it was about flow and crowd participation and reaction. Now it's really about bars, and that's one thing I've always loved. So I was nervous going into it, man. I knew I was dope at battle rapping, but I was nervous. So when I got in there, I'm like, man, I hope this come out how I envisioned it. And I envisioned everybody just roaring every bar, because I knew I put something tricky together every bar. Yeah. So before the battle, nobody could tell, bro, but I was shook. I'm like, man, if this don't come out right, man, it's gonna be embarrassing, because everybody here to see me. But man, I got to going, and they got to going with me. So yeah, I mean, they definitely. I got 4 leagues asking me to come battle in their leagues, man. But I just don't want to be put in that box. I want it to be seen as the rapper Skypp is branching out into battle rap, not Skypp is a battle rapper. Skypp gave up on his music to be a battle rapper. You know what I mean? I don't really care what people think, but I don't want that image. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna probably do 2 battles, 3 battles a year. You feel me? Just to stay in the loop and get those battle rap fans. And but it's fun, man. It's crazy fun to just sit in that circle of people and just everybody silent when you talk, and then as soon as you say something crazy, they just roar. Right. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling, bro. It felt like a movie, man. It was dope. But I'm looking forward to doing it again.
That's what's up, man. A couple other things that we're gonna take about it here, but want to ask you from a maturity standpoint and from your growth standpoint, what do you have coming in 2018 that's going to build on Jockey 1 and Jockey 2?
Well, I made a post yesterday. I said, how y'all feel about a Wise Click album? And they feeling real optimistic about it. So I think me and Woogie might have to come together and do an album, man.
Just y'all two in the Wise
Yeah.
Click?
Wise in general was a clan, but Wise Click was a rap group. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking of
That'll be a dope project.
Yeah, I'm thinking of stepping up to Woogie and asking him if he want. I'm sure Woogie wants to do it. He's been wanting to do it. So that may be the next move, man, because I really want to let Jeffy 2 sink in a little more. It's a 17-track album. I don't think 1 year is enough for that whole album to sink into everybody. So I want to give it a little more time, and a collaboration album would be a good compliment to that. You know, and some more visuals and just hoping, you know, and working on opportunities to come through the door. You know, you never stop doing that, the networking and, you know, searching for bigger and better things. But as far as like creating new music, maybe a collaboration CD, maybe a mixtape, maybe I may bring Skip Saturdays back. I don't know. But my mind just goes. So whatever comes, I'm going to let them have it.
That's what's up, man. So tell the people how they can get a hold of you, and tell the people your thoughts on being named on the Top Indiana.
The easiest way to get a hold of me is officialskypp.com, OFFICIALSKYPP.com, or you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, SKYPP317, Facebook, SKYPP. You can just Google SKYPP. You'll find me some way, somehow. But it's not my first time being on the top 10 list, man. The first time I was crazy geeked. I felt good because I always felt like people slept on me real heavy. But to be on that list was dope the first time. The second time, I'm be honest, I wasn't expecting to be on it because I was on it before. But when I saw my name, I appreciated it, bro. I appreciate y'all for even, you know, acknowledging what I've been doing. And I appreciate that to the max, man, for real. So I was geeked again, man. You seen, as soon as I saw it, I posted it. Yeah. Like, man, shout out to Stopbeefinradio, man. I appreciate all the love. I'm never that type of guy to feel like I'm bigger than anything. I appreciate everything, bro, because everything is important to me. Any kind of recognition, acknowledgement is important to me because I need that. You feel me? And people check out y'all stuff. They see all the viewers. You know what I mean? The viewers see the content. So it's appreciated, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love.
Much love, man. And we can't wait to see what you got coming next, man. Can't wait to see the moves that you make in the next year. We know, you know, that you are one of those people that's not going to stop till you see the diamond. So
absolutely.
Keep doing your thing, man.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all.